What's up, guys? This is Ty Zen, and I'm cruising through, as you guys can see in my other camera angle there. I'm doing a split camera view on my Samsung S5. As you guys can see, we're driving to downtown Boston right now. I got a crazy ass Russian driver. You know, I don't even feel safe, man. I think he might try to rob me or something, man. Drop me off in the wrong place. Okay, anyway, guys, hey, in this video, right, I want to talk about the risk involved with investing into the Lisk.io. Here are some of the risks with the people, and then I'm going to talk about some of the risk with the technology itself. Okay, so one of the things that, as I mentioned to you guys in the previous videos, Max and I and others in the NXT community used to collaborate to promote the NXT. And then when he left the NXT community, he moved on to the Crypty community. And then from there, he now he's at the he's starting on the Lisk.io. Okay. And those are the three cryptocurrencies that I know that he was involved with. I don't know what he did prior. Obviously, he had some involvement with Bitcoin. Otherwise, he would not have known about about NXT. But here are some of the things that that could be a potential risk that I want you guys to be aware of. Okay. First of all, he's a young guy. He just got out of college and in Germany, and so he has been trying to dip his toes in all the cryptocurrencies, whatever he can get a hold of, so that he can strike it rich. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with a young person being ambitious about making money and succeeding in the cryptocurrency world, or trying to be the early bird or have the early mover advantage. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So don't ever think that something's wrong with somebody trying to make a buck. Okay. The only thing that I would be concerned with when investing into Lisk.io is that because he's young, he may not be able to manage, a multi-million-dollar fund to ensure that that it succeeds. Okay, whenever people don't come from a lot of money and all of a sudden they run into millions of dollars all at once, it can be very dangerous, and they can misuse or misappropriate the funds. And I'm not saying that he will do it on purpose to like run off with the money or pull a Bernie Madoff and run off with everyone's money. That's not what I am suggesting at all. Okay, what I am suggesting is that he just doesn't have the experience yet to be able to deal with millions of dollars worth of funds. Okay, so that's that would be my concern there, is does he have the experience? And so far there is no indications or no evidence or no historical record to indicate that he has experience in managing millions of dollars. Okay, and since I've made the first video about Lisk.io, where they raised over 9,000 Bitcoins already, at the time that I'm making this video, I double checked, and I think that they have raised over 11,000 Bitcoins. So that's quite a sum there. So that would be the risk, is that that he does not know how to manage that money and use it wisely. And I will be honest with you, I don't expect him to be able to use it wisely, because if he's never had that kind of money to manage before, I don't see. It would be safe to say that this is going to be his first experience doing that. And I wish him the best of luck, because obviously, if I'm investing into it, I want him to succeed in it, right? I don't want him to fail with it, because then I'm going to lose money, and so is everyone else. That I think the 3,000 or 4,000 participants that's involved in the ICO, they're going to lose money. So obviously none of us wants him to fail with it. We want him to succeed so that we can all make some money off of it, right? So that's one of the things that I would be concerned about, is his ability to manage millions of dollars. The second thing is, will he be able to hire good developers, right? If he has never hired personally pay for developers before, and now he's sitting on a multi-million-dollar treasure chest, and he has to go out there and hire developers to help him build the software. Will he hire the right people and not, lose several hundreds of thousands of dollars trying to recruit good developers? Okay, so that would be the second thing. Is first is managing the funds, and then second would be hiring the right people. And then another risk is that, will he and his partners and his team, will they be able to collaborate and still remain friends and still collaborate? I have seen many people go into business, guys, and they start out with the best of intentions, and then after millions of dollars start coming in, all of a sudden everybody's attitude changes, and their level of willingness to work together also changes. So that would be the third risk that I could see, is will the team remain cohesive and stay cohesive? Okay, because it's very easy for someone to come in and push it off, to split a wedge in between Max and his current teammate right now. Okay, so I hope that does not happen, but that's the risk that's involved. Okay, because he's young, so there could be easily someone that comes in and sees that he's sitting on a few $1 million, and they get greedy and they try to put a wedge in between them. Okay, and cause them to take sides. I'm going through a neighborhood right now, guys, called Brookline in Boston. This is a very, very wealthy neighborhood here. And it's a very nice neighborhood too. If you guys ever come to Boston, I would not move to live here, but if you guys ever want to come here, this is an area that you definitely want to come and check out and visit. Okay, so back to Lisk. The fourth risk that I see that's involved with investing in Lisk is because it's a young cryptocurrency, as with any, and this is not just related to Lisk, but this related to any young cryptocurrency that's coming out, is that there are going to be hackers that are going to try to break into and hack into their blockchain and screw with them. Okay, so that will be a very, very obvious risk that's not just isolated to Lisk, but it's to any up-and-coming ICO or young cryptocurrency. Okay, with the exception of Bitcoin, because it's already survived for several years now and withstood all the hacks that everyone has thrown at it. Okay, so that's the other risk. Okay, the other risk that's involved, there was another one. I'm driving, I'm looking at all these buildings and talking at the same time, so I'm starting to lose track here. But the other one that's involved with this is, the other thing too is this, guys. The risk in, like as I mentioned before, the risk in Lisk is, as far as the time factor goes, the timeline of when they get things done, it will be a lot less than the Ethereum or the NXT or any other one, simply because they're copying someone else's software, right? So that would be very easy, in my opinion, right? Even though I'm not a coder, I would suspect that it would take less time, because when I invested, me and my boys invested into the Ethereum, we had to wait 1.5 years before we saw a profit. So that's kind of, very uncomfortable to tie up all that money for such a long time. In this case with Lisk.io, I do not foresee that. Okay, so because since they're copying the software. Okay, so that's just wanted to share my thoughts with you guys. Hope this video helps out. You guys like it, subscribe. If you guys don't like it, give me a thumbs down. You guys like it, give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in a future video.